Hello, let's talk credit cards. Yo, what is up, YouTube? It is Breezy J, and we're gonna talk about credit cards and what you need to know on how to perfectly use a credit card. We all know credit cards are risky. Credit cards build credit. You might say, well, I don't really need credit. I don't need a credit card. But if you think about it, you do. Credit is very important, and it's very important to have as an adult. And if you can build credit when you're younger, like say you're in high school, that would be the best thing to do. But there's certain and lots of many things that you need to know before you can build your credit. First off, renting a car, chances are you're not going to build much credit from that. And if you do, and you make good payments, yes, it will build. Very slowly, though. So, a lot of people, when you're in high school, for instance, you got nothing. You got no credit. Every payment you put in, you might build maybe 1 point each month, or maybe every 3 to 6 months. I don't know. But when you have no credit, you can't get a phone on your own. You can't get a house. You can't get a brand new car, unless, of course, it's in your parents' names or whatnot. If you want to be independent, you got to have credit. And this is how. Okay. So what you want to do is there's many ways you can research for credit cards, but things that you need to know before you even considering a credit card is, are you reliable? Can you depend on paying bills? So let's say your parents get you a brand new car, in their name, of course, and you're making monthly payments. Obviously, in order to lease a car, you need to provide your social security number. In that time, the credit goes towards your social security. Okay? And that's what builds the credit. When you hit a certain point, you will have, let's say, bad credit. It always starts out as zero credit. You got no credit. So that's not good or bad. But when you go up a little, now it's bad. But the goal is to get up to excellent. So the responsibilities that you need to have is, you got bills. You have to pay that car bill. You have car insurance. You pay that each month. That's pretty much like paying a credit card. You get let's say, maybe a $200 credit card for starters. Now, you're probably thinking, well, $200 ain't really much to have. But if that is your first credit card, that is a lot, because a lot of the time, $200, you might need to spend maybe $10 at a store. You work, you get paid every 2 weeks. What happens if you work and that non-pay week you need to pay a bill? You can't be delinquent on that, or you're going to get double charged. You have that credit card. You're going to use that credit card to pay a $50 bill. That way you're not late. And you would do the same. Once you get paid, you would put a little bit down on your credit card. And each payment makes your credit card go up. My first credit card, because I had bad credit. Because I had credit, but it wasn't good. It was bad. It's not considered bad. It was called needs improvement. The first credit card that I got, I had to put $200 down. Okay, not a problem there. But then they put $500 on top of that. The $200 is yours. So technically, I had a $300 credit card, but $500 was max out. I always kept that at $500 Every month I would put so much on it. My credit card builds and it goes up pretty high. You get a credit card, you ain't gonna expect it to be high within the first month. Not happening. We're talking about a year. A year's worth of having a credit card, making it in good standing, paying monthly payments on it, not spending too much, makes your credit go high. You can download Credit Karma. It's free and it doesn't affect your credit score. Anytime you do a credit check, your credit's going to go down a little bit. Which means, like say, if you apply for another credit card, they got to go by what your credit is in order to give you a lump sum amount of money. So let's say you applied for a credit card, they approved you. Well, when you're at $300, now you're probably down to maybe like $250 because they took 50 credit points off of you. Because anytime you apply, it takes credit away from you. It's pretty much like a payment for a credit check. They ain't gonna charge you for it, but your charge is your credit points. Guess what? I got 6 credit cards. Sounds like a lot, but let me tell you something. I'm very responsible. I make my payments on time. The goal of having a credit card is so that it's there. The funds are there when you need it. You pay it back over time. You make sure you keep your funds low. So your credit card payments, you know, let's say you have a $500 credit card, you don't want to max that out. If you do max it out, put a chunk back in each month. Like say you put $500 down, you use $500 off your $500 credit card. The very first month it comes out, it's going to say, all right, well, put $20 down for this month. What you should be doing is putting $40 down, $50 down, or hey, maybe even $100 down if you have it. Because the lower you make that go down each month, builds credit 5 times faster. So if you use $500 down, you put, let's say, maybe $100 back in the next month. Instead of getting maybe, let's say, 5 points, you might be getting like 10 points or 15 points, something in that time. That's just an estimation. But you want to make sure that your credit card is a lot lower on, you know, to get the highest amount of credit. I have, you know, and every time that you apply for a credit card, you want to make sure that your credit is really good. So let's say maybe 600 is good, 700 is excellent. At least wait till you get to good before you apply for another credit card, because it will drop you down to fair if you're on good. That's 4 tiers. It says your 4 tiers are need improvement, good. I'm sorry, need improvement, fair, good, and excellent. Say 700 is excellent all the way up to 999. And your goal is to keep it, make it skyrocket to 999. And how you do that is you keep your credit cards low. You want to make sure that you use your credit cards, because if you don't use it for a certain time, they will eventually deactivate, and then they won't be any good. But you want to have a good history with credit cards. Don't use them to pay off, let's say, mortgage every month or whatever, to max out. Yeah, you could put a chunk down, but make sure you put the chunk back. It's kind of like if you're borrowing something from one of your friends or whatever. You ain't going to keep it. You'll eventually give it back, or you'll give it back once you're done using whatever it is you're borrowing. That's pretty much what you're doing. Like, that credit card is borrowed money. It ain't your money, but it's there for when you need it. It's there if you need extra help or if you're low on funds. That's what that's for. Use it if you absolutely need to. Once you hit $9.99, which is excellent credit, and I don't know if anybody has $9.99. Maybe some, not too sure. You can use anything that's excellent, and sometimes even good is acceptable. The higher the credit, the lower it is you're going to be paying on a new car. The lower it is you're going to be paying to put something down on a house. And obviously, you're going to need to take a loan. What does a loan do? If you need a loan to buy a brand new car, if you need a loan to buy a brand new house, loans, or let's say loaners, need to check your credit score to make sure that it's good. Because, and this is the reason why they check credit scores, if you have very good credit, it's going to be lower than what you would pay if you didn't have credit. So let's say you wanted to buy a house. No. Let's say, we'll get to that in a second. Let's say you wanted to buy a brand new car. You have, I don't know, let's say 0 credit. You'll probably get denied a new car. If you have fair credit, you might be approved for a new car. However, your premium, well, you'll probably get approved for a new car, which means you get that loan. Your premium, however, is going to be a lot higher than if you had high credit. So your premium might be like, let's say, $500 a month, maybe $600 a month, maybe higher than that, depending on what car you get, what year you get. Let's say you get a 2020, it's 2022. Let's say you get a 2020 car. You might be paying like maybe $600 a month if you have fair credit or needs work and credit. $600. And that's not even talking about car insurance. If you have, let's say, good credit, you might be paying like maybe $300, $400. If you have excellent credit, you probably will be paying maybe like $200 or $300. Maybe less. I'm not too sure. I'm at the good credit. I'm pretty close to excellent. But I have 5 credit cards that I do commit to. I do put money down. I do use them. I ain't gonna lie. I use my credit cards. I use them for when I need the money to maybe, let's say, I have a bill, like I just said, I have a bill that's due next week. I don't get paid till the following week. So I use that to pay the bill, and then when I get paid, depending on how much it is, I'll probably wait till I get that bill, but I will put more than what they are asking for me to put down for the monthly total. So if I've used, let's say, $200 on a bill, that's a lot. That's just an exaggerated amount. $200 on a bill, and they're asking for, what, $40 each month? I am going to put $100 down. And then the following month, I'll put another $100 down. For my car payment, this is weird. For my car payment, I have to pay $168 a month. Mine's a 2014 Ford Focus. $168 a month. You know what I put down each month? $250. Because car payments goes towards your credits. Paying for your house goes towards your credits. And I've even heard, and I don't know if this is true, but paying your monthly cell phone bill goes towards your credits. A lot of things that requires your Social Security goes towards your credits. Certain things, maybe cell phones aren't that much, and I don't know, maybe cable really isn't that much. Maybe like a point every 6 months or something like that, but still. Anything that uses your personal Social Security number probably leads to what your credit will be. I didn't have a credit card when I was in high school because I wasn't that responsible. I didn't have a job, so I wasn't responsible enough to be paying bills on my own. However, when I did start working, I did have my own cell phone. I paid for my own cell phone, and it was in my name. But I had nothing to build credit upon. With that cell phone, I think I've had, what, 4 years of doing it, and I had maybe about 250 credit. 250 in 4 years at a zero credit. It really doesn't sound like that much when you're thinking, oh well, that ain't nothing compared to 999. I don't think even the best person with a credit card gets that high in their credit score. There's always going to be something. And what deflects credit, hospital bills, late bills, not paying your taxes could probably be one. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that would be on your credit. Pretty much anything that you have service with and you don't pay the bill goes towards your credit. Doctor bills, hospital bills, city taxes bills, or city bills, or whatever, they can all send it to an agent that you were delinquent on paying for that bill, and it could deflect your billing or your credit. So it's always, always, always good if you are considering a credit card to understand what you're going to be using that credit card for. Like I said, I have 6 credit cards. I just got my 6th one today. A lot of people weren't happy with that, but you know what? I'm doing it for me because I know how to use a credit card. I know what I'm doing. I have a Capital One credit card. I got a Best Buy credit card. Let's see. I got a couple other credit cards that I specifically, for those other couple, I specifically use one for food. Like, say, if I want to go get some, I don't know, go to a restaurant and treat myself, or go get some ice cream, I use that for food. Or if I go to the grocery store, I use that for food. I have one for gas, which is my Sam's Club credit card. I also got a new Sam's Club credit card that they have to offer. It's called a Sam's Club Rewards credit card. And the other one that I use for gas is specifically for gas. But you can only use that at a Walmart, or you can use it at a Sam's Club. The other credit card can be used anywhere, but it's through Sam's Club. I'm still waiting on that credit card, so I haven't used it. If you want a credit card, try Capital One. It'd probably be the best. Like I said, I had to put $200 down. They put $300 in. It's a starter credit card. You'll get the understanding of how a credit card is used. And I'm telling you what, when you see APR or ARP or whatever, it's APR. And all those percentages and at risk or whatever. The best thing for you to do is find an at risk free credit card, because that's where your monthly prices go up, especially if you're late. You might be late for paying $30, and with that at risk, might shoot you up to 80 or 100. Find the at risk free credit cards. That'll be the best starter that you can use. If you have any questions about a credit card, don't be afraid to message me, like comment under here, and I will be happy to answer it for you to the best that I can. If it is something that maybe is too long, I'll make a video on that and explain it to you. Just be cautious. Keep that in mind as a monthly bill. If you don't have a credit card, it's really nothing to be scared about. It's just you have the opportunity in a Square card, no bigger than your driver's license, for emergency money. And I know people who uses a credit card for emergencies only. Like, say, an emergency bill. Or maybe their car breaks down and they request, hey, yeah, I'm going to need $100 to fix your car. Well, I don't have any money on me. I'm sorry. I can't help you then. Oh, wait, here's my credit card. That's an emergency. There's several ways that you can use a credit card, and it's not just for blowing it on anything that you want, just because you have that money there. because you're just borrowing it. That's where responsibility comes in, and you will have to pay it back. And if you don't, you're going to get into trouble with your credit. Think about it. You want electricity, you got to pay the bill. If you don't, they'll shut it off. It's pretty much how a credit card works. You use that service, you have to put it in. But that's all I'm going to cover about credit cards. It's very simple to think about now that I understand them. So I hope that this helps you understand how a credit card works. Like I said, if you have any questions, message it below in the comments section. If you have multiple questions, message it below in the comments section, and I will respond to them. And if I feel like, well, there's a lot of questions regarding it, I will make a separate video, and I'll explain it to each and every one of you. I'll ask those questions and answer them. So with that being said, good luck to you. I'll see you again probably this Tuesday for the next update. See you then. Goodbye for now, and have a great rest of your weekend.